whatever. Hi, it's Trixie. Today we're taking a walk. We're taking a stroll down memory lane. And I thought there's so many people right now on the internet following my early Trixie look that I thought if anybody is gonna get in on the ground level of this absolute disaster, it's me. Now, we're gonna talk a lot about what we're doing while we're doing it, but today I'm going to put on Trixie makeup circa like 2016, all right? Like different times, a peanut farmer was in the White House. You know, it was just like a different world. With my makeup, I had different dreams, different objectives. It was a punk rock time for me where I was trying to, we'll talk about it. But I'm gonna put this on. I have not worn makeup in this way. I have the video, the drag makeup tutorial from Logo's YouTube channel right over there. So that's what I'm gonna be looking at in this video for reference because I don't totally remember what I was doing over there. But this is the, oh God, this is the photo. I sent this to everyone at the cosmetics company today and said, if I have to look at this, so do all of you. I mean, geez, right? It's like, it's a lot of everything. It's a lot of everything. So let's just, I'm specifically gonna do this season 7 finale look. I have this dress. This is one of the oldest pieces of drags I have now, so I might as well use it. Okay, I'm gonna glue it on my brows and we'll be right back. Okay, so got my brows kind of glued down. Now I had this video kind of playing. Okay, at the time I was doing brushing my brows with a brush. I don't do that anymore. This is all making sense now. So I remember at the time, I believe I was using OCC's full coverage foundation, which was like a wax-based full coverage foundation. That product and that brand is now with Angels in Heaven. Does anybody remember OCC? Comment below, any millennials? I grabbed a bunch of powder foundations because, I mean, I don't know if in this video I was necessarily about that life, but got my little Trixie Cosmetics sponge. We have a bunch of Trixie Cosmetics products now, which we did not have in 2016, so I'm just happy we have something fun and nice to use. These are those foundations, depotted, and I can't believe I still have them. So we're keeping it very real today. That's too dark. Different times, you guys. I mean, I don't wear like a full face of cream foundation really anymore. Different vibes. I hate having to do a different style of my makeup because it requires a lot more attention. I do like to kind of just space out when I do my makeup, but when I'm actually trying to do it for a certain thing, it takes all my brain power to not let muscle memory. Do you guys ever set out to do something different with your makeup and then muscle memory takes over and you like blink and you look in the mirror and you go, bitch, it looks exactly the same? That happens to me. Nice coverage though. I remember this, my first summer in Provincetown. I'm gonna take you back, you guys. This is so crazy to think about, but my first summer in Provincetown was 2016, maybe 2017, maybe. I had done season 7, but I hadn't done All Stars or anything yet. I did my first summer in Provincetown, Massachusetts, which you guys don't know is a vacation town for gays, basically. And if you're a drag queen, you can do like a show 4 or 5 nights a week, like your own one-woman show, like a 50-minute or hour-long show. And my dream, I mean, you guys, my idols were always like Coco Brew and Lady Bunny and people who did one-woman show material. So my manager at the time, Diana Coney, who I love, still close friends, she was like, well, why don't you do P-Town for a summer and you can like cut your teeth and figure out what your one-woman show is and then you can tour it. So I get to P-Town and I remember, you guys, this is crazy. Ask Katya, she'll tell you. I had to buy my own housing and my housing for the summer in P-Town was $7,000, which at the time I just like couldn't believe. I was like, $7,000? And I don't even know if I'm gonna sell tickets. Like I was so scared of not making my money back. I found an apartment for $7,000 that had no air conditioning, no Wi-Fi. Every day I had to wake up, go to the grocery store and like buy groceries, enough to get breakfast with, but not have too much because I didn't really have a working fridge. The shower was in the kitchen at this apartment, so I could like step out of the shower and use the stove. The floors were so warped and crazy. It was a very budget situation. But you guys, I had never spent that kind of money on rent. I was like traumatized. I was like, what? By the way, I haven't worn cream foundation in a while. What a difference, huh? It's just so full coverage. It's like house paint. I normally don't need this much coverage. Yeah, I do. And then Mercati came to visit me and stayed with me overnight. And it was so crazy because I think she had just done All Stars or was just about to do All Stars. And she was going through it at the time, let's say. So it was, her coming to visit me was so like magical because she's from Massachusetts and I was basically living in Massachusetts for the summer. So it was really cool that she came to visit me. Anyway, this all relates because it was my first summer and I was like, well, how am I gonna offset the cost of like rent and all that? And I was like, well, let me see if I can get a makeup sponsor. I wrote a letter to Sugar Pill and OCC and said, hey, I'm doing a summer in Provincetown. Can I have like a sponsorship from you guys for makeup in exchange for like shouting you guys out on stage. And OCC and Sugar Pill at the time both sent me a care package of products. And so I had makeup all summer. So it was like a summer of like OCC and Sugar Pill, all the makeup every day. And this foundation, because it's wax based, it just wasn't built for extreme heat. And my venue with a post office cabaret was barely air conditioned. So this foundation, when it heats up too much, it starts to like, because it's wax, when you heat wax, it melts, right? So when you're really hot, this foundation is gorgeous when it goes on, but it would start to like run off my face, which I did not appreciate. I think I was living in Provincetown during this. This was during my first summer in Provincetown. Yes. Okay. That's why I looked so tan and I was really buff. I had just broken up with someone. Oh, this is the video that depression meme is from. Yes, this was the summer I broke up with that guy because I was feeling so depressed. Ladies and gentlemen, don't cry for a man. Like, don't do it, Gina. Look back on yourself and be like, what was I doing? I stepped off the plane and my eyes started watering, which ironically they still do. I thought it was allergies. Wasn't allergies, turns out depression. That was the opening joke from my one-woman show. So we were swinging hard right from the top. And you guys, I maybe had, I'm not joking, 15 to 20 people in the audience every single night. 55 shows in P-Town, I had maybe 15 or 20 people in the audience every night. This was just like 7 years ago. So 8 years ago. I guess that's a long time ago now, but it was a very humbling experience because down the street, it was like Miss Richfield, Barla Jean Merman, Jinx, Daylaw, all these like juggernauts of like theater drag. And I was still trying to like find my footing. But this summer doing P-Town, this is when I started playing guitar in my show. And this is the summer I learned like comedy and guitar go so well together. And this was like the summer I figured that out. Okay, this is all coming back to me now. Okay, yep. All right, we're gonna start carving. This is gonna be fucking nuts. All right, what was I doing? What was I doing?
I'm a hair and makeup artist. So.
Why? Those of you who followed me that long, what were you here for? I mean, we really were just doing this, so let's just do it. Fuck. You know what? This is like, speaking of muscle memory, this is like coming back to me now. I was so nasty. Can I be honest with you guys? I knew when I did Drag Race at this time, you guys, I was 25 years old. I knew my makeup was going to be a point of discussion. Like I had done drag long enough to know that it was arresting for a lot of people. I didn't expect it to be as much of a discussion as it was because all my favorite drag queens, you know, Divine or like John Cameron Mitchell and Hedwig, Rocky Horror, like my references for drag were all theatrical, crazy makeup. So the conversation surrounding my makeup was expected, but not to the point of like, you know, that became the thing people talked about when I came up in discussion. I just never expected that. I think I went all the way to the mouth, basically. I just didn't expect it to be as much of a discussion as it was. And it was like kind of unexpected for me. Because I knew I looked crazy. I didn't think I looked like, I don't know, don't we do drag? I didn't think I looked that fucking crazy. But now looking back, I'm like, bitch, you look crazy. But to be honest, this conversation about my makeup and about me wearing a lot of makeup, and because I was eliminated from Drag Race, I just felt sort of punk rock about it, where I was like, I'll show you fuckers a lot of makeup. And I think at the time, I wanted to look a little scary. I was very interested in looking a little scary in drag. I wanted to ride that line between like beauty and horror, because that line is very thin sometimes. The other thing is I used to place this lower, like this whole thing sat lower. Like I painted the brown line almost to my earlobe. But I want to explain something to you guys. I mean, when we talk about the impetus of this makeup, like I worked in Chicago in drag. In Chicago, all the drag queens who were making an impact were like characters with developed personas. You know, it was Shay and Pearl and Kim. People had their own look. They did their makeup unlike anyone else. And so it was kind of a culture of like making each other laugh. Like I think in that world, like Shay, Kim, if you're watching this, all of you can chime in. I think at the time we just wanted to fuck with each other. We wanted to walk in and like make each other laugh or make each other gag. You know how they say like women dress for other women? Drag queens dress for other drag queens in a way, I think, because we're all trying to get respect from one another. Your dream is that girl that barely likes you, you walk in and she goes, she looks good. Like that's the dream, is that you look so good that someone who doesn't like you has to eat and say you look good. I will say I haven't used cream foundation in a while. It is so easy to work with. This thing just melts itself. God, it took way too long doing this. Oh, I understand. I'm adding more depth. Let's follow it. Let's really do it. I'm gonna take this deeper color and add more depth. I mean, this contour is extreme. I remember people used to say I looked like one of the Canadians from South Park because their head is like cut in half. I'll take it. This is actually making me so nostalgic. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, look at the depth there. I think that looks, by good, I mean shocking, but that's good. Okay, there's the nose. Let's just attack the nose right away. That nose is a lot darker though. I'm gonna have to go darker. I don't wanna look ugly, but I don't wanna be not faithful to this makeup, so let's just do it. You know, a year before this, I worked at the mall, and and then I was suddenly like living my dream. This is such an amazing time. This video was my first makeup video, like doing Trixie makeup technically. The other thing about this oh God, this nose. The other thing about, I look like the fucking scarecrow. Okay, the other thing about this makeup was it was at a time where I was not afraid to put white on my face. So my highlights were white. My under eye was white. But again, I really wanted to look theatrical. Oh, my nose is so thin. Should I go thinner? Yeah, let's go a little thinner. That's the nose. Yikes. Okay, it's time for some powder. So I don't recall what powder this was. I bet it wasn't anything expensive or anything, but today I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, so let's just use that. Oh yeah, I used to keep all my powder in a big Tupperware and I would mix all different brands in. So if I got more tan or got lighter, I would just like add shit. Is this under eye light enough? I'm gonna go lighter under the eye. Again, so much of my face was white. I was not afraid of white makeup at this era. Do you guys see? Bringing that all the way into the lips, do you see what a difference? My face looks completely different shape. Looks rounder, right? It like draws the eye out more. Instead of now, I think all my makeup tries to snatch up. Before it was like horizontal. I wanted to look like a pumpkin, I think. When you wear cream foundation like this, a real emollient base, like waxy foundation, you really gotta put that powder on, bitch. This is crazy. Now this, okay, wow. I just saw an accidental preview of the eyeliner to come and holy crap. That's crazy. Nick just went, wow. When Nick, who see me do this 1,000 times unedited, goes, wow, you either did something really good or really bad. And I don't think I'm usually up here doing things that are really good. How about that eyeliner, Nick?
That goes up so high.
It's astronomical. If you guys watched the finale of season 7, my eyebrow, the end of my eyebrow is under the lace of the wig because I drew the brows on too big. Let's hope it all brushes off, shall we? Got a lovely little Trixie Cosmetic brush here. I love our bronzer brush because it's the big short handle fluffy one. So for digging and like getting rid of excess powder, it's just nice and big. It looks like I did blush. So I guess we'll do blush. It's a hot pink, so I grabbed Summer of Love so we can just get going here. I'm gonna take Girl on Girl, which is a lighter peach, and do that a little bit in the front, but I think I'm gonna have to go in with Side Chick here for depth. Yeah, I mean, that's what I look like in the picture. This is around the era where my love affair with blush really began. This product, Summer of Love, you guys, this is one of the first products like that I made, and it was inspired by me touring. I used to tour with a very light peach blush and a hot pink. That's what I used all the time. And so I was like, I wish there was a palette that had both. I'm so nostalgic for this blush now, for this face shape. Do you guys, no one else cares. Many of you are probably only found me like after All Stars and stuff, or Queen of the Universe and shit. I used to wear cheeks like this. This used to be my playground. I feel like that clip of Madonna when do you ever see that clip of Madonna where she's like walking around her old neighborhood and she's like, do you remember me? And the guy's like, no. That's what I feel like putting this blush on. Look how pretty that is though. I mean, come on. If you're gonna put blush on, just go for it, bitch. That is so pretty. All right, put down the blush brush though and like step away from the gun. We have other things to do. It looks like the first thing I did was eyeliner. I guess I don't even have eyebrows yet. You're kidding. This is how much eyeliner I used to wear and this was the shape? You're joking me. You're telling a story. Holy shit. Okay, let's do it. It looks like at the time I was using bulletproof eyeshadow from Sugar Pill, which is a very matte black, and I was mixing it with Visine. I think at the time my eyes were bothering me and I was really desperate to try to like use gentler things on my eyes. You know, let's try it. Let's use liquid eyeshadow. Let's be about it, bitch. Don't talk about it, be about it. Is this a Sugar Pill bulletproof? Oh my God, it is. Look at that. I don't have any Visine here, but I have some baking spray from our friends at Beauty Bakery. So let's just, this shape, you guys. I gotta get this right. Let me look at this again. This is a lot, Robin. Honestly, Robin, if you're not willing to like talk about this and get to some kind of resolution, you can leave here with half your color on. If you guys don't know that video, I don't know what to say to you. We also have the podcast today, you guys. I think I'm gonna sit with Katya and do the podcast in this old Trixie makeup. I wanna see what she says when she walks in. Ah, this is so stressful. What am I doing? No, that's not right. I mean, that is what it looks like, so I guess whatever. That is what it, I mean, that's it. Girl, whatever. I can't help who I am and who I was. That is so crazy, that amount of eyeliner. The irony here is like, I would draw makeup like this on my face, and then when people would look at me crazy, I'd be like, you don't get me. Bitch, I don't get you. No one gets you. What are you doing? I remember one time I got ready with Bob the drag queen around this era, and I was putting makeup on and Bob was looking at me. Before Bob and I had met on Facebook before he did Drag Race. And when I started traveling for Drag Race, I was like, oh my God, my pen pal, I'm coming to New York. Do you wanna hang out? He said yes. So he had me over. I had a party with Frankie Sharp and he had his gig at Industry. And I went and got ready at his house with him. And we're sitting there and I start doing this part of the makeup and Bob goes, I was like, what? He's like, bitch, are you doing Batman makeup? What are you doing? Which, by the way, when Bob looks at my makeup application sideways, okay, bitch. This era of Trixie, Bob used to describe me as a Cabbage Patch Kid who got a job at the Mac counter, which I actually think was pretty accurate. I mean, that is it, but it's fucking crazy, right? So I'm gonna do this to this side and be right back. Jump scare, bitch. Now, I obviously had questionable access to blue eyeshadow at this time, but luckily today we have some of the best blue shadows on the market. We have Nighttime Realness here today. Great assortment of metallics, glitters, and matte blues. So I'm gonna use this because I want this to pop off. I switched to video references. I was watching the wrong video, you guys, sorry. This is the one I wanna do with the blue makeup. I'm gonna just try to copy this picture the best I can. Starting with Daily Double here, I named this after obviously that screen on Jeopardy that's like pew pew pew. It looks like I start with some blue on each side. Let's just do each side. I think one of my problems with symmetry is when I try to do one side and then the other side, I think I have to try to do each step at the same time. Oh God, what am I doing? I'm gonna switch to Channel Surfer. This is crazy. This is really crazy. I walked around the world like this. I did this makeup every day. Okay, I'm having like muscle memories of my brush being up this high. I'm like, oh yeah, I used to just fully have eyeshadow on my forehead. Holy shit. If any of you have a clown fetish, this is the video, bitch. Beep, beep, Georgie. We all float. I did try at this time, like I was putting a lot of makeup on, but I did try to really make it as blended as I could for my skill level at the time. I think this is actually gonna turn out. This is starting to look right. I'm gonna take Weather Girl, and that's what I'm gonna use to just buff in the edges here. Okay, yeah, because now the Trixie makeup has gotten so up and out, this makeup was tall. It was all about making the eye look tall and round. So all the makeup snatched up and down. This video is making me feel a lot of feelings. It's a weird combination of embarrassed, but also very proud of myself. I don't know, I feel like I escaped an abusive relationship with my own makeup brushes. All this is gonna get covered. This is all gonna become an eyelid, so I think I can stop there for now. I guess I'm doing the white lid here. I see myself doing, and I was using white. You guys, I was using white clown paint. Today, I'm gonna use the KVD white because I don't think this had existed at that time. Damn. Try to place this sucker correctly. Oh my God, we are, bitch, this is a different time. This feels, right now, this feels closer to the type of video where I do somebody else's look. This doesn't feel like I'm doing my own face at all. This is absolutely insane. This is really crazy. It's like, I can't tell you what it's like. I can't tell you what it's like. You know what it's like? If you looked in the mirror and saw yourself at a completely different time in your life. That's really what it's like. Yeah, okay. This is when the hurt began. We have a great angle brush, by the way, if you want a nice angle brush. Ours is really, really nice. I have the one size quad here in Golden Cocoa, which is like I used to lick my brush, so we're just doing it. It's like a nice brow color, so let's, oh God. You know, this makeup is crazy, but there is something cool about it. Like the more I look at it, the more I'm like, this is cool, but weird, really weird. Even for drag queens, weird. It's thicker than this though. Like, let's be honest, it's gotta be thicker than this because that is the bullshit that was on at the time. Cool. I mean, I kind of snapped on that, which means I'll f up the other one. You know what else is hard about this makeup? It's so big that it's just freehand. I can't believe I was doing this so long. You know what? I used to take a lot longer to get ready, which is a lot, it's making sense now because this makeup is a lot more unhinged. This would take me 2 hours usually. Okay, and then I took concealer and went around. I'm gonna dip into my Makeup Forever concealer foundation palette because I don't really have a light enough color for under the brow here. I mean, yeah, this is what we were doing. Can I say something though? I am a better makeup artist now. This is turning out way better than that. Look at that. This is way better than that. That's beautiful. That looks like shit. I really want to say formally, thank you all for your support at this stage in my career because I was just like, didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to do so well. I hadn't started at this point. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I had big dreams of who knows. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do. So some of you who have been following me this long, thank you so much because my God, did I put you through it, bitch. I was like your fave that was probably hard to love. Like you probably had to defend yourself at every turn of saying that you liked me. I'm sorry. Now you know what David Silver feels like. This makeup is way more fun than my current makeup. My current makeup is like a little more beauty. This makeup is just flat out fun. I will not f this makeup up now. I'm so close to doing a good job. I'm gonna admit that I didn't put those brows on because they're ugly. Like these should be a lot thicker, but I couldn't stomach it. I feel like I need to call Violet and like Pearl or Kennedy, everybody at this time who ever made like a passing comment about my makeup being crazy, and I think I owe them like a fruit basket of like, bitch, you were right, and thank you for trying to say something to me. But you guys, one of my worst qualities, and believe me, there are many, It's really hard to tell me anything. You have to make me think it's my idea. Right, Brandon?
That's a great idea, right?
See? At the time, even if you told me this looked like shit, I wouldn't have believed you. So, what am I doing here? What is that? That's glitter. That's loose glitter. Ew! I guess we have to do that. Let's get a glitter. I'll be right back. Glitter. So I have MAC Iridescent White, which next to Marshmallow from Trixie Cosmetics, rest in peace, this white was my favorite. Iridescent White is amazing. It's chunky, it's white, but it reflects yellow, blue, pink. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's a nice particle size, so it doesn't look like sparkly eyeshadow. It looks like glitter. I am Mistress Isabel Brooks. You guys, I would love to have her on the channel. You guys know I'm kind of off the wagon as far as watching Drag Race, but that makeup, my God. Give her a fucking Emmy. That makeup was some of the best makeup I've ever seen in my life. She's just amazing. Mistress, if you watch this, I'm sure one of these scabby little bitches will clip this and send it to you, but yeah, that's beautiful. Maybe I was a genius. I'm like, was this brilliant or was this disgusting? I think a little bit of both. You guys, it's not, yes it is, it's laziness. I don't wear glitter anymore out of laziness. I got so sick of scraping it off my face. It gets on everything. When you travel, it breaks. Like, glitter's just hard. Glitter's a whole commitment. Look at this, it's already all over my hands. That white, fuck. You're joking. So we gotta do the white liner. It looks like I do the white liner, then I powder it, then I do blue eyeshadow, which is opposite of what I do now. Now I do the white liner last. Oh, wow. Is that right? It's more, isn't it? It's more. This was such an assault to the eyes, this makeup. It really was, this makeup was aggressive. This video, well, I must have been 25. Got my kimchi merch on. Kimchi hadn't even done Drag Race yet. I had a kimchi shirt on. Supportive friends. Or maybe she was just about to, like maybe she was announced. I'm gonna take this white shadow and press a bunch of white into my under eye here. Love these little Trixie eye brushes because they're super high density. So when you need to really pack shadow in, these suckers do not joke around. God, different time. I mean, this is when Drag Race is on logo, you guys. Straight people hadn't really discovered Drag Race at this time. All right, so I'm gonna start doing the blue. Now, this is before I started opening up the end of the eye. So this blue all closes off on the end. Oh God, I think this was at a time where I had to watch out for fallout, so I better do this. God, you guys, I loved, at this time too, I loved blue eyeshadow. I was wearing blue eyeshadow almost every day at the time. I think I wore Sugar Pill. I pretty much wore all Sugar Pill at the time. Obviously didn't know how to apply it, because Sugar Pill makes great shadows, but based on this video, you wouldn't know that. Kind of gorgeous though. I mean, it's crazy, but that's kind of beautiful. I don't know. I'm gonna do this to this side and we'll just come right back. So I pretty much finished the bottom. I went in more. In this video, it's more open, but whatever. I still looked like this sometimes. Let's throw on some lashes. Oh, mascara. What? I'm not gonna curl them because at the time I was not a lash curler, so come a long way, babe. Oh. These are local celeb lashes on the bottom. Okay, we gotta put more blush on. We need to live in the reality. I had way more blush on than I do now, so let's just put it on, bitch. Yeah. Oh, I kind of feel gorgeous. You guys, I didn't expect it, but I'm gonna f***ing love this makeup. This is so crazy. This makeup makes me look older or younger in drag. I kind of think it makes me look younger. Probably just psychologically, because I was younger when I had this makeup on. Yeah, Nick's right. The blush comes forward more, so let's do that. Oh, wow. Okay, let's do lips. What was I doing with my lips? For me, I think my lips are the least evolving part of my makeup. Yeah. Talking Points lip pencil is what I have here. It's one of my favorites, and it's probably close. That's probably Anime from OCC, that pink, but I don't have that anymore. I got a liquid Stacy here. This is a pretty light lip I have on. Oh, Stacy's really light and bright, so let's use that. Yeah, it's like very bubblegummy. Whereas nowadays I wear more magentas, but this Stacy is really based on like this type of pink. Damn. I mean, this is a very extreme pink, very heightened like purple pink. This is this makeup. The only thing I think I could use is a little more dimension in the cheeks. I have a Peace Out Poppy here from Trixie Cosmetics. It has a nice range of bronzers here. I'm gonna use the middle shade on the forehead, just like a little more depth. With this cream contour, you don't need much, really. And then I'm gonna take the deeper shade and that's what I'm gonna use right in the pocket of the cheek. These are so easy because they come with 2 shades and a highlighter, so like you can create a lot of depth. Wow. I can't stop looking at this makeup. This is really nuts. I think I'm pretty much done. So I gotta try to get in these contact lenses, and I haven't worn colored contacts in so long. The last time we wore them was for the Dr. Manhattan video, for which we won a Webby for that video, I think, which is so rando. You guys, I wore blue contacts in drag every day for years, which is so fucking crazy to think about. Let me just, everyone just calm down. Let me just breathe here. You're kidding me. Oh, I forgot how bad this burns. Ah!
How did I do this? How was I ever doing this?
Drag queens with blue contacts and bloodshot eyes, such a vibe. I can't believe I went through this every day. Blue contacts? For what? For who? I don't know what I was thinking. I can't believe I thought this looked good. I can't believe I did this so long. So this is it. Look, you guys, look into the eyes of delusion and insanity. The only thing I think this makeup is missing is the crease needs to be cut with a pen, so I'm gonna do that quick, like that. So the only way to see if this look really is successful is to put on the hair, the costume, and everything from the season 7 finale. So I'm gonna do that and be right back. Work! Well, here we fucking are, bitch. Different times, different journeys. There's so much to unpack here. The lip, I love the color of the lip actually. Stacy Liquid Lipstick, so pretty. I mean, it is like highlighter hot pink, this lip. This hair is by Fina Barbital. This dress was originally by Trapper Rains from Heatherette. And can you believe it? It still fits. She had a big ass then, she's got a big ass now. This is so much. I can't see anything because of these contacts. This makeup's nuts. I'm so grateful so many of you have followed me for so long because I did this to you. I hurt you for so long. This is so crazy. Now that I'm in it though, if we're being vulnerable, it's still kind of cunty. I mean, a little, not a lot, but like, it's cool. I mean, I would say this makeup is not cunty, it's cool. Hey, we did it. This was a fun little jaunt down memory lane. I'm glad I have this part of my life behind me. I'm especially glad I have blue contacts in my past. I can't fucking see anything right now. My peripherals are gone. Let's just get close in here and you guys can see. It's really shocking, but I actually think I did a pretty good job. Katya's gonna be coming here for a podcast pretty soon and I think we should just get her reaction. I think she's gonna flip the out. Well, let's call David, shall we?
Hello.
What do you think of that?
Wow, just like old times.
Thoughts?
You look great.
Feelings? Concerns?
You look great. You still look like a star.
Aww. When you met me, I had makeup like this. Why did you put up with
I
this?
remember.
Why did you go along with this?
Because I loved you.
You're supposed to say, there's nothing wrong with it. I went along with it because it was cool.
There isn't anything wrong with it. You look great.
That pause. Okay, bye. This was so fun, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I'm season 7 Trixie in the house. Welcome. And I'll see you guys very, very, very soon and probably not looking like this ever again. Goodbye.
Hello, may I come in? Memories, dreams, hello. Season 7.
I know.
It looks great.
Oh, good.
It looks great. Like,
What about the contacts?
the makeup. Oh, dark-sided. Oh, you look crazy.
I looked like this for years.
I know, but it's colorful. You're scaring me. You're scaring me. Like, it's actually scary.
I know.
I did not read. Did you do it like bad?
Bad on purpose?
Yeah.
The wig?
No,
The makeup?
Oh. No, not like bad, but like different.